Okay, Wednesday, 16th of July, 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Don't just buy Bitcoin, study it. I did a video about this a month or something ago. 10 principles of Bitcoin. Study Bitcoin, study Bitcoin, study Bitcoin. The principle behind this is that your knowledge in any position you take in life, your knowledge should be greater than your position, your financial, or in this case, you could say Satoshi's, total Bitcoin invested in something. Your knowledge, your comfort zone, we could also say, needs to be greater than what you're getting yourself into. So buying Bitcoin as a practical matter is good. It's a first step. It's important. However, understanding it, learning about it, studying it, understanding the first principles of Bitcoin is infinitely better, more wiser, more calibrated, let's say, than just buying it. Because you've got to know why you're buying it, for how long you want to be holding onto it for, how are you using it, how is it changing your life, what does it mean when the different market conditions or interest rates or other situations happen. That knowledge, by studying Bitcoin, gives you the conviction to hodl, the conviction to endure, let's say, the bear market pain, for example, to be very blunt about it. It gives you the conviction to know, gives you the knowledge to understand why it's going up at whatever percentage over what time frame, and also down by whatever percentage or whatever time frame. About 7 years ago now, I guess, 8 years ago, there was this great little video, little scene at one of this central bank meeting, and there was Janet Yellen, one of the central bankers in the States years ago, in front, sat down answering questions, and behind her was a person holding like a notepad, and it said the words "buy Bitcoin." Now, I agree with that sentiment, acquiring it, but I always thought what's better, what sounds a little less suspicious, really, is study Bitcoin. Buying Bitcoin is good, studying it takes it to the next level. That is much more important. Knowing what you're getting yourself into in terms of the monetary worldview, the energy view, the politics, the citizenship, the relationship, the security, and the culture. All of these different aspects can be changed as you understand Bitcoin more. Your time horizon shifts from the short term into the long term, into the future. And that has a knock-on effect on many other things. All sorts of economic calculations you do in your mind, subconsciously, automatically, instinctively, because now you have a money that is deflationary, increasing in value over time. So everything you know, as in the status quo in terms of pounds, dollars, and euros, everything you know is uprooted and basically turned upside down. So, and then you could say, by following that logic, you could say all economic models are broken because they're built on the premise of an inflationary money unit that are they're measuring all these things in. That's got no limit to how many can be created. But now we have a fixed supply. We're putting our faith, so to speak, to use a dramatic word, our faith into maths and physics. I always say Bitcoin is mathematics, Bitcoin is physics in terms of atoms, and Bitcoin is computer code, computer science, open source code. We're putting our faith in that, stripping away all kinds of risk with regards to tort and scandal and human and political and economic risk, and we're relying on mathematics and physics and code to secure our wealth. And then when you follow that logic and that rabbit hole, you realize actually by not having Bitcoin, it's risky because you're taking on all these risks, all these counterparty risks. But over here, there are no counterparty risks. And by holding wealth in that method, in this means, it's worth every Satoshi, worth every kilowatt of energy, worth every joule of energy spent in time and energy studying it. But all of this doesn't happen. And even going onto a Bitcoin standard, valuing your life, your time in Satoshis, doesn't happen unless you prioritize and focus on studying Bitcoin. Because as you study Bitcoin, you realize it's a good idea and you have more conviction to buy more. And as you buy more, you want to be responsible, so you have to study it more. Again, the first principle is your knowledge has to always exceed your position in something. $1 million worth of an investment You have to have 1,000,001 at least worth of knowledge in something. And you can measure that through, say, books and podcasts and raw hours, but also through conviction, but also through instinctive action. So when something happens, or you look at something in the event, in the macro or micro way, or macro or micro scale, you're not shaken, you're not panicked. It's a normal everyday for you. You know what to expect, or you know what's going to happen next, because you've got such knowledge of something. Things don't scare you. And that is how you hodl as well. I did a video about this as well, actually. Hodling is something like hodling is easy but hard at the same time. And you can hodl onto your Bitcoin easier. The more you understand, the easier it'll be to hodl. And it's that famous phrase now, think about it, never sell your Bitcoin. And the more you understand Bitcoin, the more you understand why you don't sell it. I did a video about this as well, actually, about a year or so ago. The opportunity cost of selling your Bitcoin. Again, it's deflationary. Again, because it's deflationary, all your models are broken. Meaning, we're entering a new world. And to come to that conclusion takes a lot of thinking and researching and studying and analysing and beyond. Don't just buy Bitcoin. Study it. I did a video about this as well, actually. Study Bitcoin like your life depends on it. I did another video, actually, now I think about it, about Rocco's Basilisk. Because there are individuals that I'm aware of who have dismissed it, and yet I'm confident that in the next, they said that the time to buy was 2016. But however, by using understanding or analysing Bitcoin through the principle or the concept of Rocco's Basilisk, that regret will be intensely greater in 5-10 years. Because too many people, let's say, have dismissed it for critically too many times and for critically too much time. Too many events and too much time. And that creates regret. That, when to go deeper, that creates epistemic contrast, meaning how are these two realities possible? What's he doing different? How is that possible? Yeah. But the principle, don't just buy Bitcoin, study it. Study Bitcoin, study Bitcoin, study Bitcoin. Very important. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.